Well, good Monday morning, everybody. Yeah, look at this. Living in luxury. I got me one of these bad bitty lounge 'em ups. I actually popped the trunk. I could have gotten a little closer, but I popped the trunk and had some shade and, just sit. It's one thing people take for granted about a stand-up shower is that on them long days where your body hurts, you can't just sit in the tub. I know most men, they'll be all manly and be like, oh, well, for fucking baths or for fairies. And it's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Some of the manliest men I know try to give unnecessary shit for no reason over trying to enjoy life and not feel like asshole. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Like I said, we are... That sounded crunchy. I like that. Kick that one down just a little bit. Alrighty. Now I can't see shit because the wipers in this are torn up. So I gotta go get some more of them. But thankfully we ain't doing too much crazy stuff. You can kind of sort of see that we're past the pond right there. So we're just gonna swing on around. We're gonna bust this Yui. And we're gonna pull the van up. I registered this thing, I forget exactly which day it was, but sometime last week, earlier towards I think it was like Tuesday I went to the DMV for this thing. I just forgot how obnoxious this damn seatbelt light is because it's going to keep beeping until I stop. Alright, so let's see, how can we get this set in here? Well, actually, I'm just going to take this. This looks fine. This looks fine. Seems plenty of room. Oh, okay. So, registered this thing last week. And, my maiden voyage, it started smoking that brake. So, we're going to jack this bitch up. We're going to try and find out what happened. Did I lose the caliper, or at 216,000 miles, am I losing a wheel bearing? Either way is fine. It's a 2010 Caravan. I believe by this point they had switched to the bolt-in hubs. So I think we'll be okay. Go ahead and get you guys locked in here. I think wherever I put I don't think it's a 3/4. Well, that's why I don't think. Damn. Oh, I don't have the desire to want to fight that. So, we're just going to do the American thing. Always oil your air tools. I don't know if anybody is familiar with this particular shape of gun, but it's a very, very, very common gun from... I got this gun in 2010, and we're in 2025, so it's been a decade and a half, and it's worked great the whole time. Up until about a week ago, I even still had the rubber grip on it, but I just, after losing my 1/2-inch impact gun, at the junkyard runs. I pulled this back out by necessity, of course. I think this was the 2640 QT or 2460. QT stands for quiet tool. A lot of people get used to that NASCAR sounding gun, but this one's not that loud. It still has plenty of power, but it has a muffler in it that helps keep it on the quieter side. Like, it's got some go, but it's quiet. Alrighty, so first, yeah, I don't feel any wobble in the bearing, so I think that's fine. I think it's the caliper. Oh boy, how's that view for y'all? Terrible. That's a little better, right? I guess while we're in here, we can go ahead and look at the sway bar end links and find out how tore up they are. I hate these chrome lug nuts. Junk. I'm not even gonna find it out. Okay. Well, so that sway bar end link actually looks all right. Looking inside of there, the bushing on this side looks okay. That one looks good. Tie rod looks good. It's not greasable, but you know, most of them aren't nowadays. Everything seems tight. Like, exceptionally tight. That shouldn't be defaulting that tight. So, nope. Comes to the screwdriver drawer. And I'm gonna get one of the big boys. And we're gonna bring this little stumpy guy too, because it's got the super fat tip to it. Alright. So typically, I like to try and come in here, but because this screwdriver's so long, I don't know if I'll be able to really get it See how I'm just kind of lipping onto the caliper, or onto the... Yeah, see, that doesn't really want to go back in. That only gave just a little bit when it did. So see if we can kind of shuffle some of this. It could be the slide pins are seized up. That would start some of this, but let's get back in there with the big one. Yeah, that don't want to go in at all. Damn. Get in there. Come on. See, the thing here is if I can work this a little bit, if I can get it to go back in, if I can work it all the way back in a few good times. Oh yeah, see, look at that. Slide pins are locked slam up. That bottom one, they're not seized, but they're not lubed anymore. Okay. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna go ahead and work this piston the rest of the way back in there. We're gonna hope we can work this all. So unfortunately, I definitely cooked the shit out of the brakes bringing the van back home. So these should probably be replaced. Alright, so that's the caliper pushed back in. Check out that gap. It was a bit difficult to get that in. So now I'm just going to push it back out. Alright. Yeah, just like we needed. Make sure you get a good bite on stuff when you do this. And see, it really shouldn't be this hard to get that in there. And then it should absolutely free float. Like, you see how I've gotta like bang on that? Yeah. So we're gonna take those loose, take the caliper off real fast, and then grease it. This is what I recommend. Go get you some Silmeric. Silly grease. Go get some CRC silly grease. Alright, well I've already broken these loose just to go ahead and save us some camera time. The slide pins feel much looser with the bind of the caliper off of it, which means they're not seized, but they're dry. So we're gonna, they're not dry. We're gonna wipe this off and freshen it up with the Silmer Lick and see what we get. See, that pad just, if you look at it, you can kind of see all the heat just cooking it. Cooked it. It might be all right. I didn't drive it far, just home. It would help if I was going in the right direction with the pad. Okay. So we're gonna clean the inside of this pin real good. Pull all this holder grease out. Dig it in here. Try and pull some of the stuff that's in there out. And then we're just going to add our own. Alright, so I definitely want to get a good fat bead. And do big horseshoe. Something right there. And I'm also a bit of a stickler about grease. I try really hard to keep tips, jugs, jars, and stuff clean, but out here it's kind of tough to do. I'd be here. I'll go down, avoid as much of that as I can, and then bam, we're just going to rotate in and out real good a couple of times. Try to get it to set all the way down in there. Whatever it squirts out, make sure you wipe it off. You don't want none of this stuff getting further down and getting onto the pad and giving you a fadey break one day. Same thing down here. I'm just going to wipe the old stuff off. So like I said, I got this thing in a trade. My buddy Morgan, he's a bit of a mechanic, does it for a living. He did pretty good to take care of this thing, so I'm actually not real surprised to pull this thing apart and see that he, at some point or another, did some service on this, because the pads before the caliper decided to be stupid. They were doing fine. They were new. Well, new-ish. Like they've been replaced in some kind of reasonable amount of time. I don't know who ProSpec is. Not sure. Looks like it probably some something that they used at one of the shops that he worked at. Alright. Okay. All right. I don't know why it's so rough, but that's probably gonna have a lot to do with it. Alright, well that felt pretty good there towards the end. Let me pump this bitch back up. Whew. Already hot as hell. Okay. Unfortunately, without just putting the wheel back on it and taking it for a ride, I don't know what it's going to do. I don't know if that worked. So what we're going to do, we'll put the wheel back on it. We're going to go for a quick ride. We're going to see what happens. I already know that it's cooked to brake. So a little bit of smells ain't no big deal. But what I was getting before on the first ride was a really, really, really nasty wobble and vibrate and noise. Just sounded bad. And this was the only wheel that seemed to be smoking the brake at the time. Everything else, all the other wheels felt pretty normal as far as temp coming off of them. We're going to tighten this up before we drop it. Since we've moved the caliper so many times, we're going to check one more time, make sure that it ain't a wheel bearing in here. I still don't feel no real play. Oh boy. I knew I should have blew the plate down. Oh boy. I'm starting to wonder what I did with my little California water squeegee. I had one. I thought I had it out in the open. I was gonna wipe the windshield in that thing down real quick because it is the wipers on it are fucked up. So I still need to buy wipers for it, and then I need to take it to get an inspection, which was gonna be yesterday, but I ended up not being able to because it's been so damn hot. I can't tolerate it like I had that recovery I did this last time. It just took it out of me. Sitting around so much just made me weak. A lot of the stuff I could tolerate before, I just don't have it in me anymore. I start getting to the point where I feel super sick to my stomach. And I mean, it's debilitating. It hits me hard enough that I feel like I just have to stop in place and sit there for a second. Most of the time I'm pretty good about, you know, staying hydrated and not really having to worry too much about not getting all my vitamins and minerals and stuff. You know, I'm still a little bit pudgy, you know. I'm eating good still. But I don't know. Things are just different than they were before. And if I end up having to do more surgery, god damn, I'm not ready for that. That's going to put me down again. And I haven't even rebounded and gotten back to where I was. Like, my baseline is low compared to where it was before. Like, there's things I just can't do right now. Did I leave that bad boy up here? Fucking no. Wonder if it's in the back seat of the truck. I have a bad habit of leaving this thing places. I'll use it for something, and then I'll forget that I used it for that thing. Oh, badass. Amanda got me the replacement mirror. Ooh, look at us. And she did it, from the look of it, without anything breaking. Now, I ain't got no light for the side-by warning, I don't believe, but I've still got the heater, which is plenty pimp. Because I tell you what, the cracked one that's in that back seat right now, that motherfucker, oh my god. You look over, and it's so distorted and fucked up, you can't see shit. I was trying to back up and couldn't make out anything, because the big section that wasn't cracked was distorted because it wasn't holding on quite right. Okay, so like, I don't really have a good place to put you guys to watch me for this one, so I'm just gonna put you there. Put that belly to work, right? Right. You know what's funny is just inside, I've got Windex and rags. I'm retarded. So we're just gonna sit that. You know what? We're gonna grab the Windex, and then we're gonna come out here and we're gonna sit it down on the table. Look at me! I'm in the watching me on the camera. Yeah, and we're just gonna let that sit for a few seconds and just really soak her down. We're gonna get her in there and get her real wet, you know, and all this good stuff. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm just gonna use a regular old microfiber. Yeah, anybody remember seeing that viral infomercial years ago? That fucking European lady that from the UK, she tried saying microwave all fancy. She said microwave. Yeah. That's where I'm at. I'm gonna put myself in a microwave. Yeah. I was about to say, Randy and Randy, Lou Randy, Big Randy, you too. I have every intention in the next couple weeks, maybe a month, pending your guys' schedules and what's going on. I might come and try to visit for a day, maybe a Saturday or something. Come out, hang out, shoot the shit at the shop for a while, and then I'll go find some kind of a parking lot to go hang out in and try stealth camping in my van. Oh! And just like that, we got a mirror again. Yay! I like it. Amanda is the superstar that picked this one up. She went out looking for some Beetle parts and was like, do you need anything? And I was like, technically, yes. I could absolutely use damn all these bugs out here, man. Can't get away from none of them. Okay, so that's good enough. I like that. We're going to pop the... I know I've already started this thing, but it's been sitting for a few minutes, so I'm going to pop the hood. We're going to check the Earl. Go ahead and turn this flashlight off. Because that is one thing I forgot to do. I damn sure did not check the oil at all when I started to test drive it the other day. I know I replaced the valve cover gaskets, but that's not saying that this thing can't have a rear main leak or something stupid. Well, it says we're up in the full. Alright, cool. Water. None. I don't have none. That's surprising. I think it's because I took it in the pick 'em up truck the other day. I'll probably wind up doing a coolant flush. If I end up having to do the calipers, I'm very likely going to go ahead and do a full 4-wheel brake flush. Just get everything freshened up. Other side. You know, if I end up having to do a single caliper, I'll probably just buy that one. Damn it, I went to the wrong door. Probably just buy that one caliper, replace it, see what happens. Possibly pick up another set of brake pads for the front, just to go ahead and get rid of the cooked set right there on that driver's side. We'll see how it drives first. If it doesn't wear the pad down super bad over the course of a week or two, then I'll send it. But worst case, if I end up having to dive deep into the front pads and rotors on this thing, I'm just going to order the Z33 kit off Rock Auto, because it's got them there fancy cross-drilled and slotteds. And I'm a fan of that, because I do plan on having a little hitch receiver on the back if I can. I've seen a lot of these with them, and most of the time I see that most of people just put stuff that's too big for these on it. I'm thinking a tow dolly if I ever need to in emergencies, or my little itty bitty green trailer in the back that the mower pulls around. Sitting here thinking, if the damn mower can pull it, this bitch can pull it. Because, you know, if the mower can pull it, then clearly it's not a large enough trailer to be able to put 4,000 pounds on. Because it's not. Maybe a few hundred, and that's not because the axle can't take it. That's just because there's not that much space. It's a little, like, 3x8 schmeckle. Oh, okay. Are the wipers bad? Yeah. Yeah. See? We'll give them a swipe and see what happens. If it clears up, we'll go ahead and test drive it real fast. If it doesn't, we won't. Love that. Oh, I love hearing that compressor kick on. See how smeary it is. Oh, it's smeary as shit. Ooh. Alright. Let me see. I can see out of my mirror. Thank you, baby. If you happen to watch this video, thank you very much for going to the junkyard for me. I know it was for you, but for us, for me and you. So I definitely hear the clunking, like, in the front end. It sounds like it's both sides. I guess here's really, really, really freaking hoping. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me put you guys down. Oh no. Shut up. Thank you. Okay. Like us. All right. I can't tell if I smell brakes yet. We're up at 45 and it's not making no noise yet. At 55, I hear a little bit of tire noise, but I'm not opposed to that. Tire noise is fine. Oh man, being able to look over and see that mirror over there is super nice. Now I really don't want to go too far because I don't trust this thing. Usually when a caliper starts to give up issues like that, it's because it's on its way out. And I only pushed it in and extended it twice total, so we're not really. It's not like I sat there and worked it for 30 minutes with a friend, making sure that it's good. This could be ready to just go right back to the way it was. I have used the brakes already, obviously. So us up at 55 using the brakes, it feels pretty good. Alright, so I got on the brakes a little hard there. Let's see what it feels like. Go ahead and bring you guys up here with me now. So I believe this here is 37. We'll see on this sign up here in just a second. Not this one. Yeah, so we're on 37. This is what goes from I think 13, and then wraps back around to like 32, and then it dives south, and it'll take you to like Edenton or Hertford and all that stuff if you want it to. We're just gonna pop right through Gatesville real fast, and I think we'll go ahead and head back home. Call this a win, because that was all the way up to 60-ish, and that's about where I like to cruise anyway out here. There's not really a whole lot going on. But it feels good. There's none of the steering wheel shaking that it was doing before, so that's absolutely better. I may drive this thing up into town over to E-City like I'd originally intended that one day. Go start looking at parts for this bitch. Like I said, it looks like I'm going to be stuck with this thing for a while unless somebody happens to see this video, sees how clean it is, and sees how much more I clean it and how much more I do to it and wants it. Reach out if you feel like it. Because I'm definitely trying to fix this thing right. If all goes well, I'll be able to accumulate some parts and some tools and maybe some stuff for this van so that I can kind of put like one of them roof topper things up there, you know, lock in some tools, lock in a few like really common parts, maybe a spare wheel or two, you know, some full-size stuff. But if all goes well, I might be able to use this thing to like tow my shit boxes places. You know, if I use a small dolly, especially if I get one of those super schwanky dollies that has a brake on it, oh man, I'd absolutely have a minivan with a trailer brake. You kidding me? That'd be about the main reason that you really don't want to tow with a minivan, is that these things aren't meant to tow. They're unibody. They don't have frames. They have a long wheelbase, so you're okay as far as your general stability goes, but you're not gonna have the brakes, especially if you've loaded this thing down on the inside and then you throw a car on the back, trailer or not. Now, it won't hold a trailer. I'll tell you that now. I've seen people do it, and by the grace of whatever God they believe in, they have not had the dire situation of needing brakes and not having them. I just used a trailer, as you saw in my video, to go pick up my Passat, which is a 90s car. I mean, it's a little heavy. Not terribly heavy. It's a little heavy. But there was a time off camera where I went to pull off to let the line by, and I kind of had to have a last minute, let's just take this space here kind of thing, and the truck didn't want to stop at all. And if it weren't for the fact that the trailer had surge brakes, I wouldn't have stopped. I cooked the hell out of the brakes on the front of the truck with that maneuver. And it'd be a similar song and dance with this. If I would have been trying to tow in the mountains with this, oh hell no. But if you can get a dolly that has, you know, an axle brake, then send it. Because at that point, you're doing pretty good. You are supplementing brakes that you didn't have with brakes that you do have now. So, anyway, I like this van. It is what it is. I'm okay with being stuck with it because I can use it. I can put it to use. It's got some mileage on it, but so what? All my shit's got over 200,000 miles on it. The Passat that I just bought is like the only vehicle I own that has less than 200,000 miles on it. Disappointment, desperation, frustration, all three of them, they all have 200,000+ miles. So even my pickup truck has just cleared like 216 over the trip or something like that. So we're actually very matched up with the minivan and the Dodge and the Ram on mileage. It's kind of funny, but it does feel like this thing's better. We're gonna give it some brakes here, and we're gonna see how it feels, and might snake around to the back side of the entrance of the neighborhood and just give it a little bit more space to wobble and go nuts if it feels like it. Because you see, I feel like a warper. Maybe it's just I'm hearing it. Now, that wasn't foot to the floor on braking. It's not a panic stop. I'm not trying to panic stop, because if we panic stop and the brakes give up, oh well. see if we can get up to 55 or 60 real quick, see what that feels like. Alright, well, I'm going to call that good, because we're back up just about 60, and that feels alright. Definitely picks up a wiggle when you put the brakes on, though. I don't know. Either way, I can deal with a little bit of a rotor warp. I can't deal with the caliper sticking. Rotor warp I can put up with for a little while, because that just gives me an excuse to be like, hey baby, we need better brakes for the van, and then we do that, and then we're there. I do want to pull up on this side. That way I can check and see if it's the sway bar end link. I think it is. Because if that's the case, if I only need one of those, I'm fine with that. All right, what did we run over? Nothing. All right, cool. I judged it right. We'll do the same thing. I'm not taking the caliper off if it doesn't need it. But we're going to shake the wheel, check the sway bar end link, check the sway bar bushings underneath. Because if they're just rattling around a little bit, they're not expensive expensive parts, so there's no need in trying to be cheap about it. I think the sway bar end links for this are 30 bucks a pop. That's not that bad. Not considering these vans are pretty heavy and the sway bars on these are pretty beefy. But alright, well, it doesn't feel super hot. I can hold my hand on the wheel just fine. Get more hose and like put my compressor way over in the middle of nowhere. Well, that's a shame, because everything looks to be pretty solid. I bet you it's some back bushings that are bad. Because even the ball joint bushing looks fine. There's no tears in the boot. Doesn't look like it's shifted in the control arm at all. That control or sway bar bushing looks pretty good up front. Definitely looks like the oil pan gasket might have been leaking at some point, but that could have been the valve covers leaking all the way down. Oh, well, I don't really know what the clunking is then. Might be upper strut mounts. That's a possibility. These things are... It has a McPherson strut style in here, and they, McPhersons don't really care that much for a lot of weight. That's why they don't use them on heavy duty trucks and usually don't use them on big vans and stuff. It's because the actual, well, shit, I can't see it from up here anyway. I'd have to pull all that plastic, and that's probably exactly what it is. Okay, so we're gonna do this real quick, because it's absolutely a clunk that happens with the bumps. We're gonna throw this bad bitch back on, y'all. Probably should have done something about all that corrosion in there, but Sander, he'll be fine. Douglas. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and grab a pry bar. Preferably a long one, which I have misplaced. Well, son of a bitch. Leave it to me to be the dummy that loses the tools I need. It's over here. It's not a pry bar, it's a Johnson bar. And it's mostly because I really want the leverage. I want the lever action. I didn't hear no clicking or clunking or clacking, so I'm probably gonna have to take it to somewhere and be like, hey, can you guys put this on a lift and tell me what the noise is? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be them damn strut mounts. Like I said, these vans are remarkably heavy. And the McPherson strut design just doesn't like the weight sitting down on it like that. You can make the bushings bigger. You can increase the size of the bearings. You can do everything you want. McPherson style struts just don't like weight. It's just what it is. They work great. They're easy to maintenance. They're decent for convenience sake. But when you start talking about these minivans or any of these smaller trucks that are unibody and they're starting to fuck up, I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that, you know, with a little bit more test driving and confirming that the brakes aren't going to lock back up again on me, I can call the brake situation a win. Couldn't find. Oh Lord, here comes this guy. I tell you what, I hate every time the county lets that dude come through and do this shit. If anybody from Gates County ever sees this, your man sucks. He does not. I don't know how he does what he does. He moves the whole damn road and don't cover a single pothole. Don't fill in a single rut. I don't understand what your man's doing or how y'all have qualified him to do it. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you like, tell me what you didn't like. This has been me trying to figure out what went wrong with the van, and we're just going to assume that for a second there, it had a brain fart, and between it wanting to sit for so long and all the other stuff going on, we're just going to send her. But anyway, thanks for watching this far along. I appreciate everybody who gives me a view, thumbs up, anything that y'all do. I love all the interactions. Feel free to talk to me. If you see something in the background that you want me to do a video on, if you have a question yourself about a vehicle that you haven't seen me work on, I'm pretty good at a lot of this stuff. I might not be able to make shit work for myself, but I can at least tell you how it works so that you can try it for yourself, and your luck may be a little bit better than my luck. So on that bright, beautiful bombshell, peace out, guys. Thank you very much. Love you. Bye.